Okay, it's time for the second tutorial. As I said, we will be adding the Oculus Rift integration, so we will need to download it from the developer.oculus.com page. It's right here in the Oculus SDK. Unity for integration, download. Once it is downloaded, we will extract the archive, and there are two files. We will be using this one because we didn't need the assets from the Tuscany demo, so we will use the basic package. So all we have to do is double click. This will open the import menu, so let's import all. This will not take as long as the new project. Okay, it is done. Now we have it in the asset menu. So let's add the prefab, the camera rig. There's also the player controller, which also has the controls for FPS games, but we will be using a different control scheme, so let's just add the camera rig. And we have it. Now we should disable the other camera, so let's disable it. And when we press play, we get a message, and now we can see it renders in the Oculus stereoscopic view, which is nice. And we will want to attach it to the player. So the first idea you might have is to put it under the player, but as we can see, all of the information from the player is copied into the camera. So if the player moves, the camera will rotate with him, which is not very intuitive. It's not something we would want to use, so let's put it back. Let's look at the player, change this so it's a nice number, make the camera fall into the same position. Now we are inside the player, and we will want to make the camera move with the player. So let's add a script. New script, camera, control in C#, edit script. And we might want to use a different update because once per frame is not the best method. So let's look what we have. Let's look up this fixed update. This function is called every fixed frame rate frame, which is not what we want. And the last one is late update. This one is called after all of the other update functions, so we can be sure that all of the objects are in their places, they have been moved. So that's the update method, which will be the most suitable one. So let's use it. Late update. and we will want to move it. I do not remember how it's done, so let's check. Let's copy. Let's look at it. What do we have here? We have a public game object player and a player body. Now the public game object will serve as a link to the player, and on every update we will have the player body take the information from the actual rigged body of the player. Then we will transform the position of from the player to the camera, so it will move but not rotate, which is what we want. And then we will use the look at, which will make the camera look at a certain vector, and that vector will be the velocity of the player model. And we will add its position, and when we add a vector to a point, we will get a point on the line from that vector. So we will have a point on the line from center of the player to its direction, and when we use the look at, it will make the camera look at that point, so it will always look in the direction the player is moving. So let's see. Play. What? What is wrong? Player body. We are looking at the ground because my Oculus Rift is facing the ground, so let's put it where it should be. Now we can try it. And it's not doing anything. Why? Because we have not linked the player to the game object. So let's do that. And now it works well. As you can see, it changes the view as it should. So that is the basic camera control with the Oculus. Another thing, to test the actual game on the Rift from within the play menu. You can pull the game window into the Rift view. It acts as a second monitor in the extended mode. So let's do that. Now when we press play, it appears on the second monitor. and we can look around. So it works nicely. And that is pretty much everything from this tutorial. So let's save the scene and the project. And let's continue in the next one. See ya.